This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Colorado Springs, Colorado. We are at EV Studio. Since 2010, this design firm has been providing architectural, engineering, planning, and design all along the Front Range. I am here with the principal, John. I appreciate you taking the time with us today. Let's begin, first of all, how did the EV Studio come about, and what got you involved in this industry?
When I went out on my own for my own company for landscape architecture and planning, it was in 2010, and I actually joined in with EV Studio that was started in 2006, based out of Denver and Evergreen, Colorado, so just up the road, also with an office down in Killeen, Texas. We started up and it happened to just be the right time that they needed a landscape architect to help assist with their work. And I happened to just be going out on my own at the same time. So,
obviously, behind every building is a great design. Behind that design is the foundation of some real planning that goes on. Is this really the first step people usually take when they're taking on a project, is by calling a firm such as yours?
Yeah, we do planning and surveying and civil engineering. So yeah, we really are one of those first steps. Of course, acquiring the property, sometimes it happens before that, but sometimes it happens at the same time. Taking it through the development plan process through the city or jurisdiction that may be in that area, that's generally where it comes to first.
There's obviously many facets involved when you're talking about a project, and you guys really are the one-stop shop. You can walk in and have one point of reference, if you will. What is it you mean by the triple bottom line, people, planet, and profit? Explain for us a little bit on that.
The triple bottom line is really how I like to personally practice things and looking at things holistically, not just looking at one thing. So we're looking at, for the client to make sure that they're doing well financially, that it's going to be fiscally responsible and conservative in that manner. But we also want to go in at the same time, the balance of looking at the how people interact with the place. Is it going to be something that people are going to really like? Is it going to be something that they're going to use? Or is it really just something on the side? So we want to be able to have people interact and really make it a great place. And then, of course, the planet is the more sustainability aspect. And so the balance of all three of those is really how you get the gizmos out of sustainability, if you will, when you talk about how they all interact. So you're not talking about sustainability and the green purposes of solar panels and wind and everything else. You're really talking about the basics of design, and landscape architecture fits into that just perfectly.
Let me ask you this. Obviously, there's a science involved with architecture and design, but really it's quite an art for you guys to achieve that balance. I mean, those are three different distinct areas, making sure that, like you say, it's functional for the people that are going to be in the building, making sure that it's done on budget, and at the same time, making sure it's sustainable. That's always the ultimate goal you're looking at.
Yes, absolutely. We want to make sure that it meets the needs of the client financially. We don't want to go and break the budget or anything else, but we also want to look to see that the interaction of people works with the project, how people are going to use it. We want to go and placemaking is a big portion of what we do, and really making things really great.
Interesting. Share with us some of the industries you're able to accommodate. I mean, you guys do everything from office buildings all the way to healthcare. Share with us a few of those.
We have a wide spectrum, whether it's municipal planning, whether it's neighborhood development, commercial, assisted living is a hot topic lately. Multifamily has been a big demand for us. Schools, so everything from the small little pocket park all the way up to 800-acre neighborhoods. So we spread the gamut on that for sure.
You guys obviously have a very large portfolio, a diverse portfolio, and the years of experience to basically back that up. And basically that's why you're able to thrive as you are. Share with us a little bit your team here that you work with integrated within the building.
Well, and that's actually a really good question, because EV Studio formed in a very similar manner, where we had the economy collapse back in 2008. So it was a way for people to go and rediscover how they would work. So these really large firms that might have been able to do it all, they had a large amount of overhead in order to accommodate that major client. So we started to kind of creatively look at how that can work, where we might just talk about individual businesses who work together, and that's what this is here at the Collaborative Design Group, where we might tap into architects that are right here. We have 2 architects here in the office, an interior, and then we also have sustainability planners and artists as you.
You're able to take, be it structural, architectural, surveying, but you can also integrate even interior design as well.
Absolutely, and I think the beauty of it really is that we can be as small as needed for the client or as big. So in doing that, by having this collaboration, if you will, then we can keep that overhead really light, but yet have a big demand. So we can take on a large project like Gold Hill Mesa here in Colorado Springs, and in a very collaborative effort, because we all work very well together, and that seems to work. And then EV Studio, of course, is a similar manner. You know, they started off as an architecture firm and realized they needed structural, so they had structural engineering and then civil engineering and planning and landscape architecture, interior design, et cetera, and on it goes. But now it's all, that one in particular has really joined as one firm that started off in 2006 with 2 people working out of their basement, right? Now they've grown through the economy as it was, and I think we have a staff of around 46 that are a part of EV Studio to date.
One of the things I noticed on here was the fact that everything under one roof, we're talking about commercial, but we're also talking about residential. Like you said, you can pretty much fit it to whatever client. And so let's say there's a small project out there somebody needs some help with, they want an add-on or something like that. Is your team able to provide for that as well?
Absolutely. You know, with both here in Colorado Springs and the Collaboratives and EV Studio, we have that fit, and especially with cross disciplines. I mentioned we had 2 architects. One architect in particular specializes in custom homes here. That's LGA Studios. So they've actually been incredibly busy, and they continue to grow. And then we have another who does architecture, Tremel Design Group, but he does, in their firm, does residential as well as commercial, as well as bigger scale. So we're here in the Lowell neighborhood, which was, I think, probably finished up in about 2004, 2005, as it is today. It's obviously not finished. But the Tremel Design Group had worked on that at that time. So
Now, I see that pretty well for someone out there who doesn't think they have a project that would require your services. I think it's very important for people to understand that when you're dealing with kind of a boutique firm, if you will, you can really save on the bottom line, because let's say your home needed some structural or some architectural. You didn't realize when you first started. Now you basically are just having, you'd have to hire separate consultants across the board. Am I correct?
absolutely, and the benefit of having it all either in-house, as in EV, or as a collaborative design group, is you're working with people who are used to working with each other. So you don't have to lop on that extra percentage that might otherwise get added on for coordination, because you know what to expect from that subconsultant.
So obviously, if that communication is available between all of you here, you're able to basically get the work done on budget and on time, which I imagine is the ultimate goal.
Absolutely, every time that's the goal, you know. And the other one I want to say as a part of that process is we like to kind of push the limit. You know, I like to go and talk to the client from the beginning, and maybe the scope of services might not have included something, but it's not an add-on. It's more of, have you thought of doing it this way? You know, to go and really improve it, rather than just saying, okay, you want your house to be this, or you want your building or neighborhood or development to be this. We're going to go ahead and start doing that. We want to make sure we explore it and give the client all the options possible without that additional fee, because it's part of that is the passion that goes into it. You know, we want to make sure that it's something that we're really excited about, because that's a huge service to the client and to us.
Folks, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. That is EV Studio. You're going to see their website on the screen there. Keep in mind, regardless of how you reach out to the folks here, be it email, by phone, or even drop into their offices here, they'll basically sit down with you, walk you through what it is that you're looking for, and like you said, basically bring years of experience with quite a bit of experience here as a team in different facets or any facet of the project that you got out there. The first place is the consultation. What takes place at that consultation?
Really understanding the goals and the needs of the project, the budget. Is it possible, for one? Is it a good fit? You know, are we a good fit for the client? Is the client a good fit for us? That's one of those things that we always want to go and make sure we understand, and that they understand. You know, are we the team that would work best with them? Usually we are. You know, but occasionally there's a client who says, well, you know, I see kind of the road you're going, and maybe this isn't going to work.
Well, you're honest enough to basically understand that you want to deliver passion to that table. Like you said, it's got to be something your team's behind as well, yet they're behind, so you end up with an ultimate result. I think that's great. Folks, keep in mind right there, take a look at the bottom of the screen. We're talking about 4 locations they can serve you right there. Killeen, Texas, Denver, Evergreen, and Colorado Springs. This is Gary Atencia with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.